Today we'll be sharing 2 key resources to creating a birth plan for when receiving a prenatal life-limiting diagnosis and choosing to carry to term. Stick around, we're going to get started right now. Hello, we're Jeff and
Tony Brabeck,
the founders of Our Little Sparrows, Pregnancy and Infant Loss Support. If you would like to find out more about us and our organization, use the link in the description below. Welcome to episode 11, everyone, of our new grief series, The Pregnancy Journey, a guide to grieving from diagnosis to the loss of your baby and beyond.
what do you do when your original birth plan goes out the window? You've got everything lined up, you know the plan, you know what is going to happen, who is going to be where, and when. Then it all changes. You've received heartbreaking news about your baby's health. Suddenly, your birth plan is not your birth plan anymore. What do you do now? Now you are having to make some major changes to your birth plan. There are lots of new decisions you wished you didn't have to make. It is overwhelming and difficult to even know where to begin. To be honest, we didn't even really have one. We didn't even know you could have a birth plan in our situation. All we knew is that we were going to carry our daughter as long as we could, and that we hoped she would be born alive, that we could spend time with her before she died. We had no idea what to expect or what to plan for. It was such an odd dynamic to be pregnant and feel our baby moving and growing while planning for her arrival and death at the same time. It was painful and heart-wrenching and really confusing. But we also experienced times of blessing and gifts through Olivia's journey. It helped us keep going when it felt lonely and hard. So here's our first resource to help you figure out your new birth plan. This is something you may not even be aware is out there. So here it is. Birth and Bereavement Doula. Birth and Bereavement Doula is a doula who is specifically trained not only to support parents in the delivery and birth of a baby, but also to support families who are grieving the loss of their baby still to be born or anticipating the death of their baby before, during, or shortly after birth. Birth and bereavement doulas are trained to help you, the parents, navigate all of the decisions and emotions you are feeling. They can't speak for you or give you any medical advice, but they can help you identify what questions you might need or want to ask your caregivers and how to advocate for the birthing experience you desire. They can also support you physically by providing comfort measures, help you focus, and support you during labor. They can help you establish the birth plan that you need so that you can spend as much cherished time with your baby as much as possible. They also understand the need for flexibility and high sensitivity to support families during any pregnancy loss or prenatal diagnosis.
I think it takes a special person, right, to be a birth and bereavement doula for sure.
Absolutely. So you may be wondering, where can you find a birth and bereavement doula? Well, you're looking at one right now. I am a birth and bereavement doula certified through Still Birthday, an organization founded in 2011 by an amazing woman and doula, Heidi Faith. Still Birthday has a whole network of birth and bereavement doulas all over the United States. Still Birthday doulas support birth in any trimester and in any outcome. If you head over to stillbirthday.com, you can view a directory of doulas trained in birth and bereavement. You can find one that is in your state or even your local area, perhaps. We also have a Facebook page where you can connect with Still Birthday doulas or get matched with one and find support there.
Cool.
Stillbirthday.com alone has a wide range of resources. There are birth plans for before, during, and after birth. Lists of things to bring, what might to expect. There's testimonies of other lost moms as well. It's really an amazing resource, so the links will be down below so you can easily access and view all they have to offer.
Cool. It's a lot of great information. I'm sure a lot of people don't even know or didn't even realize that there was birth and bereavement doulas. I know in our last 6, almost 7 years since we lost Olivia, when you became a birth and bereavement doula, we would share with other people about it. And not only were they unaware that there was such a thing as birth and bereavement doula, they didn't even know that what doula is. A lot of people have confusion between doulas and midwives. And I'm sure we can go into a whole nother episode on that.
Yes.
But we did
will.
have a few more bits of information having to do with birth and bereavement doulas. But you're going to have to stick around till the end of the episode. And we have a special tip of the week that we think everyone is going to want to hear. So stick around. But right now, we're going to get started with the second resource number 2.
All right. Our second resource is carryingtoterm.org. This is an organization that actually has a birth plan template that you can customize and download for yourself and provide to all your support team and your medical care providers. This template is broken down into sections and presents questions and scenarios you can potentially encounter for your baby's birth. It will help you consider possible options in advance that may need to be decided at the time of your delivery. This will help communicate your wishes and treatments desired during and after birth. This template is very thorough, from the type of support you'd like as well as labor options. For instance, natural or medicated, vaginal or C-section, afterbirth care, breast milk care, funeral home arrangements, etc. These are things you can discuss with your medical team, your family, and decide what are your wishes for your baby and your family. Reading through this will be hard. This will ask you questions you wish you didn't have to answer. It will be emotional and exhausting, and grief will set in. Set some time aside for you and your partner to go over. Take your time. Do one section at a time. Don't feel pressured to answer all the questions right away. Answer what you can. You can use this to help clarify what is most important to you, which is spending time with your baby. And know that the choices you selected are not written in stone. You may feel differently when it's time for your baby to be delivered, and you may change your mind on some things, and that is okay. The first paragraph in this birth plan is already inputted on the template. However, it does allow you to edit or customize as you wish. But we believe this paragraph is worded so beautifully. Let me just read it to you. And this is from carryingtoterm.org, their template for a birth plan. And it starts out like this. Thank you for being a partner in the birth of our baby. Please be patient with us as we are learning as we go. We would like for everyone to keep in mind that our primary goal is our baby's care and comfort. We wish to cherish all the time we have with him or her and believe the below plan outlines our wishes. Please understand that this is a detailed plan as to mitigate any potential regret or added grief we've not considered. If any doctor or caregiver has a suggestion you think may be helpful, please share it with us as there are many things we are certain we haven't thought of. Advice is welcome, but we ask that our answers be taken as our final word, even if it means deviating from our birth plan during labor, delivery, and our aftercare. So this template, obviously, you can make your selections and provide it to all of your medical team, your support team, your family members, so that everyone has an idea where you're at in terms of what kind of care and treatment you would like. We've provided the link for this template in the description below. We encourage you to take a look at this as we feel this is an extremely helpful tool to communicate your desires and wishes.
Okay, everybody, question of the day. Do you know or have you used another birth plan for prenatal life-limiting diagnosis? If so, let us know in the comments below. We'd love for you to share the name. We're always looking for additional resources to share with you, our viewers.
So trying to create a birth plan when you've just received difficult news about your baby can be heart-wrenching and challenging to complete. We hope these 2 resources can help you answer some of those questions and help you create the precious time you desire with your baby. We hope you found this episode helpful. Know that you are not alone. You are loved, and your baby will always be cherished. We are here to support you in any way we can.
All right, so you stuck around till the end of the episode, and you're waiting for the tip of the week. Here we go. We are currently in the middle of a global pandemic, also known as COVID-19 or the coronavirus, yay 2020. And a lot of the hospitals and birthing centers, if you haven't noticed already, are limiting the number of support people in the delivery room. Usually only one is allowed. So that is typically the father or the mother or a family member in general. So because of that, doulas are often not allowed to come into the delivery room. However, there are doulas who are able to provide online or over the phone consultation and support. They can help you identify what kinds of questions to ask your care provider team, as well as guide you in preparing for the arrival of your baby at the time you have together. I'm sure you can speak to this as a volunteer doula at our local hospital.
Yeah, so this past year, or actually since late 2019, I've been volunteering with one of our local hospitals as a doula. And since the COVID-19 started happening, the hospitals have been limiting the number of support people that can be present in the delivery room with a laboring mother. And as we said, it's usually only one other person. So that's typically the father or the mother of the laboring mother, and that's it. And private doulas, unfortunately, are, I guess, not allowed to come in if they already have that one other support person. So that leaves a lot of support that they can't get, that personal support that they were hoping to bring with them into the delivery room with them. I definitely highly recommend going to stillbirthday.com. That's where you can find that directory. And usually there's at least, if you put like where you're located, it's always nice to have a doula, or find a doula that's at least within your state, that is familiar with your state laws, and that can provide you online support, over the phone support. They can go over with you things, what you might need to just kind of know or expect during the time when you go into delivery and after delivery, when your baby's born. Just kind of walk you through that process, and check too with your hospitals. If they have a volunteer doula or a in-hospital doula, they probably might be able to get one in your room to support you.
That's great advice. I mean, even if you already knew that the hospitals were limiting to just one family member, and some don't allow any,
that's true
you may
too.
have felt like you were at a loss for any support. But yeah, this is a great tip. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. If you got value out of this episode, please give it a thumbs up, you guys. It'll help spread the word to other families and parents out there that need this information or looking for it. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so that you get alerts every week when we release new content. We do have additional episodes of the Grief series. You can click on the image above and you'll get the next episode of our Grief series. And then if you're interested in our weekly podcast, it's a video podcast, comes out every Sunday. You can click on the picture below and it'll take you to our playlist for our podcast.